What's going on? No perfect seasons. Commissioner Flex, league manager, whatever you'd like to address me as, it don't matter. I'm here to bring you guys the Week 8 edition of the Fantasy Flex. You guys know the format, so let's get it rolling. Time to get up into these standings. North Division right now is being headed by the heavyweight Orlando Pain, folks. 7-1. Big ups to Ron for holding it down. Being active makes a difference from where he was last year. So I'm giving him shout outs there. 7-1 holding on the division. Next two teams you got in second place, both tied at 2 games back, would be the Florida Sharks and the Bronx Giants, who are both 5-3 on the year so far, followed by the Woodruff, who is 4-3-1. God damn, I guess we had a tie in this league too. He's 2.5 games back, followed by the New York Hitmen, who are 1-6-1. So I guess they must have played each other last week. He's 5.5 back, and we jump into the standings here for the South Division. That right now is being headed by the other heavyweight in the league, the K-Town Predators, who also has and sports a 7-1 record, being followed in second place by 2 teams as well, by the 3-5 Tampa Bay Bulls and Tallahassee Expendables. They're both 4 games back. And then behind them, you got the Late Greats and the 82s, who are both 2-6 on the year so far, so they're 5 games back. And we'll jump into last week's matchups, which go a little something like this. First matchup of the week, you had the New York Hitmen taking on the Florida Sharks. Score on that matchup, 103-85. Leading scorer for the Hitmen was Darren McFadden with 18 points. Leading scorer for the Sharks, Drew Brees with 20 points. Next matchup was the Orlando Pain taking on the Bulls. Score on that matchup was 108-85. Leading scorer for the Pain was Phillip Rivers with 23 points. Leading scorer for the Bulls was Maurice Jones-Drew with his 19 points on the week. Third matchup of the week was the Tallahassee Expendables taking on the Late Greats. That matchup went to the Expendables, 126-69. Leading scorer for the Late Greats, Carson Palmer, who had 17 points. Leading scorer for the Tallahassee Expendables was Ben Jarvis Green Ellis. Learn how to say the name. 29 points on the week, so he had a monster week last week in fantasy. Big ups to Matt Noon for getting that one. The 82s took on the Woodruff. He's on a tear right now. He's on a 2-game winning streak right now, and he put up heavy points the past 2 weeks, so shout out to Jason on this one. Also leading scorer on the week with 176 points. Matchup on that was 172-81, not 176. Leading scorer for the 82s was Andre Johnson, who had 16 points. Leading scorer for the Wood, David Garrard with 39 points. Then you had the K-Town Predators taking on the Bronx Giants. K-Town Predators coming out on top on this one, 158-94. Leading scorer for the Giants was T.O. Terrell Owens with 18 points on the week. Leading scorer for the Predators was Matt Stafford with 32 points on the week last week. So shout outs to all teams. Want to thank everybody for being active, checking in, checking out the show. You know what I'm saying? I do this for y'all like I say every week. And now we'll get into a preview of this week's matchups. This week, you got the Tampa Bay Bulls with a 3-5 record taking on the Florida Sharks with a 5-3 record, so opposite records. Let's see what goes down this week. Next matchup, you got the Late Greats, who got a 2-6 record, taking on the New York Hitmen, who are 1-6-1. Then you got in the third matchup of the week, the 82s, who are 2-6, taking on the K-Town Predators, who are 7-1. So it might be a squash match. Let's see what happens. Everybody seems to upset the better teams nowadays. Then again, if you go by the projections, I mean, they never add up. So whatever. Fourth matchup, you got the 7-1 Orlando Pain. Still looking tall, still trying to stand strong. They're taking on the Woodruff, so let's see if he can get a 3-game winning streak going on. The Woodruff has a 4-3-1 record, so let's see what goes down next week when I announce it at the next show. Last matchup of the week would be the Tallahassee Expendables taking on the Bronx Giants. The Expendables sport a 3-5 record, while the Giants have a 5-3 record, so another one of the opposite record type matches. Reciprocal matchups is what I like to call them. But anyway, that is a wrap-up of this week's show. This is Flex. I'd like to thank all of y'all for tuning in, taking the time out of your days. For you guys in the basketball league, basketball just started, so it's like a week and a half, so it's all good. Basically, I guess the schedule for the shows, basketballs will be out on Monday, since that Sunday will be the end of the week. And football, like always, has been on Tuesdays, so I'll get at you guys I want to thank you guys once again for tuning in. This is the Fantasy Flex. This is Flex. Flex out.